Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co-host, Brian.
What's going on, everybody?
We have a special guest. Obviously, you've been watching the channel. We've been covering Fboy Island Season 2, one of our favorite shows. And we have a cast member, one of the F-Boys, Kyland, our boy. Welcome. Thank you for your time. And just so you know, like just from our little conversation pre-show, you don't seem like much of an F-boy to me, man. So thank you. And I'd love to hear your opinion now. What is an F-boy?
An F-boy is someone who lies to get, what they want, especially the girls. We're not going to tell them the truth. We're going to get what we want and we're going to get out of there. So, yeah.
When you applied for the show, was there a box that you had to check as nice guy, F-boy, or prefer not to say?
They just asked us, like, well, what do you think you are in real life? And I was like, I'm an F-boy. I was in my ex-girlfriend's house at the time shooting my casting videos. So like they were eating that up. They were loving that.
That's awesome.
Well, you had one of some of the great lines, but you did have the line where you said that you have a girlfriend and she's supportive. So was that true at the time?
That was 100% true because like during casting we weren't together yet. So I think it was about November, December we got back together because we've been together before. Okay. So I was like, I'm still going on the show. Like, are you cool with that? Yeah, you're cool. Do your thing. All right, cool. So, I did the show with a girlfriend back home, and let's just say it's July now. So we broke up in like May.
When did you get back home from filming?
March.
That's what I'm saying.
I had 1 full month to make the whole 40 days up to her, and I couldn't do it.
Bummer.
Well, see, you're doing good here because you kind of segued into what I was going to bring up because you kind of brought up a surprising fact to us pre-show. You were filming in Cabo. You were there for 40 days.
Yeah, 40 days in Cabo. There were some days where it was like, God, it's gonna be a long time, but like it kind of flew by. Looking backwards at it, it's like the time flew by. Like it was fast.
Was the house, now we've had talked to other people from other shows, and this is actually something that always comes up. How comfortable was it for you staying in the house? And then when you went to Limbo, or kind of what was your life in the house versus your life in Limbo?
Well, we're in like a $12,000 a night house. I was waking up in the morning, the ocean, just the whole ocean right in front of me. We were in bunk beds. So it wasn't like we were just, in king size beds, right, getting a solid 8 hours of sleep every night. But it was definitely a lot better sleeping arrangements than, being in Limbo.
that I love it because that was probably our biggest mystery of watching 2 seasons of this. Like, what is Limbo? Like, what's actually happening there? Like, you're not staying there, I'm assuming.
Yeah, right. We're not staying there, but we want people to think we stay there.
Dude, you guys do. They do a pretty good job editing. Like, you guys, like you look like you're all like ratty and like waking up and building sex.
Yeah, we stay in the same clothes the whole time in Limbo. We get back from shooting, take our clothes off, they clean them, we get it back, we go right back in the same clothes, the same filming. I mean, we describe Limbo as hell on earth.
Yeah,
if you could describe it. I mean, we're in the desert heat all day, whether we're staying there or not. We're in the heat all day filming, and so yeah, it was hell on earth.
How many takes does it take for you guys to get through those things, especially the ones with Nikki Blazer, when you get into things like the Nikki courtroom or just some of the montages for the episode openings? I mean, it's got to take you guys forever. I mean, that crap is objectively funny.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, you guys hear just a few jokes, but like she probably rattles off like 100 jokes, whereas over there just taking it. So I mean, they always they pick a few, but I mean, yeah, it's a little process to get the right one. So we're just sitting there getting roasted while Nikki's just going through jokes.
Yeah, like it's like probably like a machine gun just firing off with her, because
it's just firing really at us. And we're like, damn! Like, as soon as we got there, first day at the house, we're doing the catwalk or whatever. Well, before that, just like 15 minutes straight of and we're like, God damn! Like, this is our first minute in this building, in this house.
No mercy.
First time meeting Nikki Blazer, I'm just getting roasted.
So shout out to Nikki Blazer, liked our last post, so we appreciate that.
Yeah,
Or if
hell
it's her
yeah.
assistant or whoever the hell runs her stuff, because she's pretty big time.
Yeah, shout out.
How much access did you guys get to have to Nikki? Now I know you've already like go knock on her hotel room door or whatever, but like was it kind of like they ushered her in for what she had to film and then she was out, or did she hang in between? Like, how was your interaction? Because we've had different interviews with different show hosts, and it kind of ranges to the access they get.
I mean, I guess you could say she was ushered in, but once she was there, like she's like one of the coolest girls I've ever met. Like she was interacting with all of us. We could talk to her. Obviously, they protected her a lot, especially because of COVID. That was kind of a big thing.
Yeah.
Like, don't let Nikki get COVID. But I mean, as much as she could, like she would, shoot the shit with us, and like, yeah, she's a dope, just a dope human being in general.
Good to hear, man.
I love hearing that. Really do. Okay. So we talked about today. So we're recording the day of the finale, night of the finale. So we're all caught up here. I need to get your reaction. How do you feel about Tamaris claiming to choose herself? And do you believe that that was an option the whole time, or do you think they kind of like formed that after the fact that she maybe just didn't like either of them? Or like, what was your kind of like vibe on how all that was going down, and was people genuinely surprised that happened?
God damn, I had no clue. I had no clue at all. I knew what happened, but watching it back, I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, well, welcome to Fboy Island season 1 next year. Like I feel like that's we're walking right into Fboy Island. So
very possible.
I mean, I was speechless. Because she had two good guys in front of her. I mean, Casey's a good guy, Nico's a good guy, and she kind of acted like she played them the whole time. And looking back on the scenes, I was like, damn, like I didn't even catch on. Like my F-girl detector obviously is off because I had no clue.
I wonder how real. Like, I don't think she was playing him the entire time. I don't know about that.
She had to catch some type of feelings. Like,
yeah,
she had to,
man. Maybe like at the end of the day, she kind of maybe came to the realization she wouldn't end up with either of them. But like, the only reason maybe the counter argument to that is like she by doing that just gave she did she get the cash? Like she didn't, like she got the cash, right? She was able to, so then like it kind of, I don't know. I feel like all the chicks would have done that then, right? They all would have just taken the cash. Like, why are you gonna share it with anybody?
I mean, the whole time she kept saying like how she didn't want to have kids, how she didn't want to get married. So I was like, if you don't want those things, like why are you here?
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
The signs were there. Our meters.
Yeah, they were there the whole time. So I was like, it makes no sense for you to be here unless you're just here for the money.
Right. Okay, wait. That's your role. That's the F-boy role.
Yeah, she took my role. She took my 100K.
Okay, wait. So another thing. Now, this wasn't the finale, but this was episode 9. Obviously, mansplain Luke Cage.
Oh boy.
Man, just unbox the moment. Now we'd say good for you, man. Like, one, do you think he was being legit? 2, just like what? Like, how was that? That was maybe one of the funniest moments, maybe the funniest moment of the season.
That was, if you saw my face, I was over there like what is going on here?
Like somebody died out of their seat.
Yeah, Jabari just died and fell right on the ground. I mean, he's an interesting guy. I mean, I didn't see it coming, but I wasn't surprised when I heard it. So it was like you can't put nothing past him. Like, yeah, anything can happen with him.
I love how Mercedes was like, yeah, don't blame him. Like, I'm awesome.
Yeah,
Mercedes just let it roll. Right?
Yeah,
not even like it should be something to worry about, but like he's just like in the moment just was like, yeah, I appreciate it. And like I feel like in a way it helped him a little bit. Like it validated him a little bit, and it added so much levity to that. What was the vibe? Was the vibe serious for that thing, or is it just kind of like a big joke? Because I know they try to edit it to be serious, but I can just imagine everyone just laughing the entire time.
Oh yeah, we were dying. Like, we were laughing so hard, and we needed that because it was hot as hell out there. Like we were burning in the sun. That mansplaining scene probably took like 3 or 4 hours.
Woo.
So yeah, we needed something to laugh. So that was one part where everybody started laughing because most part is just serious. So yeah, that was pretty funny.
So was there a lot of like talk that just wasn't in there? Like, really, did anybody really not say anything about Peter?
You know, I was thinking back on that because when everyone's being silent, I was like, I could have swore we said something about Peter, but it didn't. I honestly can't remember, but I'm up close to 100%. Something was said.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you were there for 3 hours, that scene was what, 20 minutes?
Yeah, it was like the solid first third of
like
episode 9. Yeah.
Yeah. So
a lot of stuff was said that wasn't in there.
So okay, we got to ask about this. This is my last thing about the mansplain. The ricochet shot elimination of Tom at the mansplain. That got a crazy reaction from the crowd. Not that it was Tom to just like, okay, well then you gotta go. You gotta kick someone out. He really come out there and go get the book and the ring and the whole thing. Like that was that him? That was all him.
Oh yeah, she said whatever she had said, and then he shot up, and he was gone. And I'm just sitting there like, bro, it's hot. Like you better hurry up. That was exactly what I was saying. Like, I'm trying to get out of here. It is hot. So he ran and grabbed the journal, and I was like, you better not read all 84 pages of what you wrote about Tamaris, bro. So yeah, that was real. That was on the spot.
I love that.
He was an interesting. I mean, him and Luke Cage. I mean, who wins the award for strangest dude? I don't know. We just thought Tom. We couldn't believe some of the stuff that come out of Tom's mouth.
And then the music they were playing during his like little
the edits. Man,
so like, I was like, damn.
So was he really journaling often?
You know, I guess so. I mean, he wasn't my roommate or anything.
Okay.
Like, we weren't like homies, but
okay.
I mean, the ones that were closest to him, they said that he was on his journal like all the time.
Who did you live with? Who was your roommate?
So I was with Elon, Dwayne, Braden,
okay,
and Brain.
Okay. Yeah. That was funny. How many days did you spend in the house versus the kind of Limbo hotel situation?
It felt like a long time in the house. I'm not gonna lie, but it was probably only like 2 weeks because one episode takes 3 days. So I think I was gone the end of 4. So yeah, about 2 weeks.
Still not bad to be waking up on the beach for 2 weeks. I heard they just sold that house for like 15 million or something.
Yeah, that house was so big, like it was crazy.
I think last season the guys didn't live in the same house.
No, they did. Apparently, they had to bust themselves to the girls' house.
Right? Yeah,
that's where they did all the filming. So with our situation, the girls had to come to us.
Oh, okay. I guess we didn't catch that, Bill. But
no, they did a good job this time of making it seem like they were all in the same place. They showed that a little bit more.
Yeah, I just remember I think Casey and CJ were making out on a bunk bed, like in like a
in a bunk.
Yeah, just like not. There was definitely a different vibe this season of like the editing and like where they were often. But
I guess we need to talk about that, man. You're talking about making out. So I mean, you did also have a scene that was pretty, I guess you would say, a little steamy out there. And what was the reaction with the hot tub? How did that go over with friends, family?
Reaction from who?
And next year, I mean, a bunch of, just
from everyone. I feel like, I mean, that had to have been probably the one you might have gotten the most texts about or pictures of, or.
Yeah, I mean, the craziest thing is that I watched that with my family.
Ooh.
So yeah, they was turning their heads crazy. I was like, y'all are gonna want to close your eyes. I'm warning y'all. Because this kiss in the hot tub is about to be, a little above PG.
Yeah, it was X-rated.
It was X-rated, man. That's what happens when you haven't done anything with a girl in how many days that was. So I was ready
to go. Bunk beds, hanging out, letting you out of the cage, basically.
For real, I was finally out of the house, man. I was like, I'm about to
and that cameraman was like right up in your grill too.
Yeah, I was like, bro, back up.
It's an interesting job to be a reality TV cameraman. The angles you got to try to get in on some of those
they
moments.
Got to get the mic in for the kid, like the lip smacking,
Yeah.
Pick up all the sounds.
What's crazy is that you eventually just kind of forget about all that.
Right.
All that stuff kind of disappears. So in that moment, like I wasn't even thinking about, the camera people or any of that. I don't know how close they were, but it looked like it was pretty close.
Yeah, it definitely did. I felt like I was there.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, this is another good one. The Garrett thing. Did you guys really give a shit at all, or was that built up, or were you guys really like, why is this dude here?
Oh, him going back to the house?
Yeah.
See, I was gone for that. That was episode 5.
Yeah.
I was on episode 4, but I remember in Limbo him saying something about him going back to save Casey. So yeah, I mean that happened, and he came back and said he was just going after Peter and Tom. So I was like, well, I can't wait to see it.
Do you think the guys there like cared him going back and just watching it? Like, do you think that was built up a little bit, or do you think the guys were like genuinely angry that he was there? Because I don't really see how he could have like screwed up their game per se. I mean, he's just
the girls obviously don't like him.
Yeah, immediately the girls were like, Garrett's here. So I don't know really how they were feeling. I think they were probably a little pissed off that he was back, because they're probably like, who else is going to come back? We got Peter, Casey, now Garrett. So I think once they found out he wasn't staying, then they were like, oh, thank God.
More relief.
But yeah, I don't really know what the energy was. It looked like it was pretty heated.
So
he got after Peter.
Yeah.
Speaking of Peter, I mean, that was a crazy argument, obviously, with the Garrett stuff, but kind of speaking of Peter and and Mercedes, do you have any intel? How did things work out? Things work out now that we are past the finale. We're kind of looking to know what's the sitch.
I haven't really asked what last time. The last thing I heard was that the last thing I heard was that one of the girls, I won't say which one, but one of the girls was making out or doing stuff with one of the other nice guys. Yeah. So it doesn't look like they're together, but I haven't asked.
I mean, it was Benedict. I'm thinking Bill.
We were big Benedict guys.
Bro, Benedict's such a cool dude. He is such a cool dude.
I mean, it literally like that. It was like a love fest at the mansplain. It's like I was like, okay, he's gonna take it home. Maybe he just snuck it in, and then obviously to no avail. I mean, it was all time like love from the guys, which I loved seeing.
Yeah, we didn't have one bad thing to say about Ben, and I even knew no matter what we were gonna say or all the love he got, like I knew she was riding with Mercedes the whole way. Like I knew.
Yeah, she loved him.
Yeah, she was in love with him. Even when I was with her and stuff, I was like, I could be 2 or 3, but it seems like from the get-go he had it in the bag. So I was like, oh.
He thought that too the entire season.
Yeah, he thought that. He kind of knew.
He said it. I mean, that was one of the things I appreciated was early on. It's like, what are you guys even arguing about? They already made up their minds. It was like episode 2 or 3. He was saying,
yeah,
that.
It was
I was
2
like,
or
it's
3.
kind of right.
For sure.
Yeah, and me and Peter too. They kissed the first day, and he won. And so, I mean, Casey's the only guy who came in late that had a chance.
How was Casey?
Casey was cool. It was pretty crazy to see him, like, because we had no clue that anybody was coming during the dance thing. We had no clue. So to see the 3 guys come, we're like, all right, we got more competition. And then we see Casey walk in, and I'm like, shit. but Luis was like, Tamara, you can have him. So I was like, all right, well, I'm safe.
Not a huge Casey fan. I'm gonna be honest with you right here.
Well,
Brian hasn't been a fan.
I just don't like him.
More pro Casey than Brian.
I just think he's full of shit. I don't buy his deal.
Hey, he is America's sweetheart. I guess it works because everybody loves Casey.
I mean, he's the only 2-time loser.
I mean, he might have to. I said this earlier. Like, do we push for Casey to be one of the guys for F-Girl Island? But then what if the girl takes the money again and he goes over 3? Like, I don't know if it's worth the shot. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like they're probably gonna bring him back, but I think last time I checked, he had a girl. So I don't know.
I mean, that doesn't stop people, I guess.
Oh yeah, facts. You're right. You're exactly right. You're
You're like,
exactly
man,
right.
this is cutting close.
But as far as coming to Fboy Island again, I don't see Casey doing that again for the third time.
It's a lot to put yourself through.
Yeah, because he definitely. I mean,
Yeah.
he definitely was upset at the end. I mean, understandably so. You're kind of getting screwed out of 50K. You kind of know, you think you know all the rules, and they're like, hey, by the way, here's a rule where you get nothing.
Twice.
If I don't know, man. Like I said this to Brian earlier, I would have felt like if I were Casey, I would have felt a little done dirty by the production because like you come and do season 1, it doesn't end well for you. You come back and you're given your time again. And then they have this chick who's just a ringer the entire time, ready to screw you. And this dude actually, I don't know how much feelings he caught or didn't catch, whatever, but like was into her enough. And to have to get it basically got clowned then at the end, and I'm like, damn, like like I said, even Brian's like, I actually kind of feel bad for the guy, and he's not a fan of him. I felt genuinely bad.
Yeah. I mean, it happened twice now. So if I were him, I'd be done with all F-Boy Island, F-Girl Island type shows. I would never come back.
I agree with you. I agree.
So I guess there is something we should talk about now that we've been saying, you filmed in Cabo. Cabo, in fact, and correct me if I'm wrong, is not an island.
Correct.
F-Boy continent.
F-Boy beach. F-Boy peninsula.
The Baja, California. I would switch up sometimes, like saying island. I'm like, this isn't an island though, but you got to rock with it. So.
Hey.
So now, obviously, you are a reality TV alum. I did see something earlier where it said like you had multiple shows or you'd reached out to multiple or applied to multiple shows. So kind of two questions. One, were you a fan of reality TV beforehand? And now that you've been on a reality TV show, if not, are you kind of maybe inclined to be able to watch a little more reality TV or be a little more into it?
No. So no to both. Yeah, I didn't watch it until I got the DM on Instagram about it. It was Love Island, so I had to check out the UK version first because the US one hadn't come out yet. So it was good, but it's not something I could get into. And watching it now, I guess because it was my show, like I thought it was fucking awesome. I was like, this is the best show ever.
Agree.
But I mean, as far as watching other shows, I mean, I don't really get into it that much.
We'll shoot you a couple good ones. I'm not going to tell you to watch The Bachelor or something like that, but there's a couple good ones that are like Netflix and things like that are more entertaining, more kind of funny. Even HBO Max has a couple of them that are pretty funny. Any of the ones that with like Nick Lachey, where they do like The Circle or the Ultimatum, where you have to end up marrying somebody and dating and swapping.
I've seen The Circle.
Yeah, all that, yeah. So that's the kind of stuff. So we vary. Obviously, you go and you have some of those more traditional things. You have the Survivor and the Challenge. You should try to go to the Challenge. The Challenge would be cool, man. Like I feel like that's something crossover.
Someone said that to me. One of the producers that told me that. So I mean, I'm open to do another reality show. I think definitely having one under your belt is huge. Like Casey, Peter, they had experience, so they came in knowing what to expect. Whereas we're first timers. So there are a lot of things I would have done different. So now going into another one, I'd be a lot more prepared.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So, Bride, do you have anything else? I think I kind of got my last question. I have one more bullet point for him, but I want to see if you had anything else before that.
Well, so like if you're not watching the reality TV, and I understand that, like what are you doing with like now that you're back? Like what's some of the stuff you're interested in, like that maybe we wouldn't know about you from the show?
I mean, life's different now. My DMs are flooded.
Hell yeah.
So I mean, life's been pretty crazy. I'm about to go back to college again, so I mean, I can only imagine what that's gonna look like. It'll definitely be a little different. But yeah, I play a lot of basketball. I work out. I go to the clubs, so that's kind of like my daily life for real.
That's what's
Miss
up,
that
dude.
life.
So the last thing I had here is the last bullet point we didn't bring up, Brian, but fuck Austin.
Hey, so this is a kind of a crazy story. So obviously the thing happened in the show, you kissing booth stuff, and they didn't show him walking in the Limbo, but it was pretty funny. Like I was like, fuck this guy. So we they didn't show it, but it was hilarious. So we kind of squashed the beef after. I was like, I get it. We're shooting a show. You do what you had to do. We made good TV, and then we kind of moved on. But recently, he was on Reddit on the little Ask Me Anything talking some mess. So I mean, it's back to fuck Austin.
Oh, hell
Yeah, the official fuck Austin podcast.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Guy can kick rocks, dude. Ain't worried about it.
Yeah,
He knows where to find us.
We're not going
We ain't
after
worried
him.
about that, dude.
He knows where to find us.
Yo, we actually
Right.
real quick, because you posted a video of us talking about your kiss. How did you find us?
That's a good question.
So we have an Fboy Island group chat.
Oh,
So it got put in the group chat. I think it was the first one you guys had posted, the 1 through 3 or something. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
So
That's
yeah,
classic.
we're all tuned into what everybody's out there doing. So
They're probably like, fuck these guys,
Yeah, I
dude.
don't
That dude's a loudmouth. Who the fuck? Look at that bedroom. He probably lives in his parents' house. Like,
right.
this is my house, by the way.
who did we trash? I mean, the only person I really trash is Casey. I don't think we trash anybody else.
No, I don't think. No. I said,
Nikolai.
no, yeah, I said he was dumb. Yeah, I did say Nikolai was dumb. I
because
did
he
say
was
that,
dumb.
but he was kind of dumb. I mean,
Yeah, like Mercedes used the force on him. Like, hey, throw yourself under the bus.
Yeah,
That's what I was saying. That was
scene
all. I mean,
crazy. That scene was crazy. But I mean, a lot of the guys are interested in doing like podcasts and stuff. So I mean,
dope. Yeah, well, let them know that we had a good time. And like I said, well, anybody, if you want to even come back on and have a little reunion, want to do a little mini reunion, and we'll get everybody
Yeah,
together,
that'd be
we would do
fun.
that for sure. That'd be fun.
What about
because
the Kyland
what
versus Austin?
the people don't know is that so once we got kicked off, 6 of us. So it was me, it was Mikey B, it was Nikki P, it was Nikolai, Dwayne, and Zach. So we got caught going out in Cabo once we got kicked out. So we got in trouble, and they shipped us like 2 hours away to this house where no cell phone service, no people around us. Like we call it the jailhouse. It was one of the worst things. So to get us on here to talk about it, it would be funny.
Let's do it then. Jailhouse Reunion. I mean, you guys had a real life Limbo. I mean,
yeah, for real. It would be funny. I mean,
we're gonna
we
make
were
that
busted
happen.
2 hours back in. So yeah, so we got some funny stories.
We'll make that happen. I had a bunch of buddies when we were on spring break who got thrown out of spring break for throwing crap off the balcony. There's all the kind of things. Trust me, we got the story. We'll all commiserate. So that's good. Looking forward then. So we'll definitely gonna have you back. We're gonna have more of the crew back. If you guys are fans of Fboy Island, like and subscribe to the page. Make sure you have the notification bell on. Not only do we cover this, obviously we cover things like The Bachelor, Challenge, Amazing Race, Survivor. What else? The Rehearsal right now, Buckhead Shore, plenty of stuff. So if you're in the reality TV, we're covering it, and make sure you're subscribed so we can do more cool interviews like this, and you guys can meet the awesome people behind the characters on the show. But Kyland, thank you again. Where can people find you if you want people to be able to find see what you got going on?
Yeah, so you gotta follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, all like King Kai 5 with 2 Y's. And yeah, I might have some stuff coming up. So y'all tune in. Hey, I appreciate y'all for having me too. This was a fun time.
Thanks for coming
sure,
on,
man. And we'll definitely put all the socials up here in the links. We'll pop them up here on the screen and stuff as well. And then make sure you guys are subscribed to the page so you see when Kyland and the Jailhouse crew eventually we get. That'll be a good time. But until next time, for myself, Brian, Kyland, thank you. Fboy, F-bye.
Appreciate y'all. Y'all be good.
Yeah.